Scott, we're looking forward to working with you.
Thank you so much.
And now we're enter into the nominations for secretary, commissioner of the board.
We do old business first, or it's just under the?
Just a flip.
I think it's
Okay.
logical to do.
That's
this.
fine. I have no problem. It's just listing the other minutes over.
May I have one minute, please? I nominate Commissioner Mohammed Jallo for the new position.
I second that.
Chairman Engel?
Yes.
Commissioner John?
Yes.
Commissioner Katz?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjaminga?
Yes.
Commissioner Snow?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, then we go back to old business. No, you just want to go back to old business?
We're going to do that now?
Yeah.
All right, old business?
Yeah, Commissioner Katz, in the last meeting, you had asked for kind of, I guess, an update of the death list. We kind of had some answers then, but just for clarity. So again, there was a recently adopted legislation which call for more robust submissions of death lists by health officers to the Board of Elections. We sent out a reminder to the municipal clerks of that obligation just last week, so we've been receiving death lists from municipalities, again, before the close of registration and before this upcoming election. Also, independently, the board conducted an audit of the New Jersey Death Index from 2001 to 2023 to see if there were any records overlooked by the years or if there are any adjustments that need to be made. And we just found a very small amount of 275 that were identified. And then again, there were tens of thousands of records that just needed to be deleted. So that's just the update in terms of what was been done since last
Although
week.
275 people, if someone was voting for them in a particular election, could have changed elections. If they were.
May I ask also, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Since you cited so many possible origins of getting the information, does at any single information coming to you immediately negate the name on the voting list? Or do you need
We
verification?
either need confirmation from municipality, from the state. Again, we use resources from the county surrogate's office.
But a single,
A
But a
government,
single point of reference. And then we get family members who also reach out to our office and communicate to us as well.
a governmental source of proof of death could do it, but otherwise you need something.
I have a question. I had two former committee people in South Plainfield who passed away. And it just says a couple weeks ago, but they were still in the voting records. Were you able to take them off?
They were already taken off.
They were.
Yeah, they were, yes. They're no longer. One actually was listed as deceased, the other person said moved out of state. So that one
I guess
record
if they
needs.
died, they moved really far.
Far out of state.
Just 6 feet. That was me.
And then the other two were from actually 2020, the Hogans,
They both passed away at the same.
within a week of each other. And then the Limoses passed away within 2 weeks of each other.
I'm sorry, I missed the second part. What was that?
The Limos,
Oh, that's somebody else you'd like me
that's
to look
somebody else.
into?
Yes, they were
Okay.
just recently passed away.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk tomorrow. I'll
I thought I
reach out
discussed,
to
I
you
thought I
about
discussed that,
The
but the
first,
other one was the voting.
Can we
Yeah,
find
they
out
were-
if these
Can I
people?
just say one thing? If you have somebody who's passed away, Angel Torres does the death list, so he would be the one to do the research for it. You can send him the email,
Okay.
and he'll look into it. Thank you.
I'd like
thank you.
I'd like to find out whether the audit picked up any of these people. I know the Limos is recently, but you said it was some from 2020 that are still
She
there.
said that they were off.
that was the one that one was listed as deceased and the other person moved out of state. So I guess the moved out of state needs to be corrected.
Yeah, but it's good, Linda, that we have it right in our.
Can we
Oh,
discuss this
yeah, yeah.
tomorrow with any
Do you want
sense
it,
of what out-of-state means?
Right.
That doesn't mean, we'll discuss it.
We're going to move along now to the administrative report. So you take your first.
Sorry, can't hear.
Okay, technicians
my technicians and I were just finishing up voting machine repairs. We are also working on PPM, which is the paper pack module. It's basically when you put the ballot card in the voting machine, it's that printer itself. Just so you know what it is. We're working on basically, we retighten them down after, before each election. It's called maintenance, but basically we're just making sure all the wires are seated. We're grouping voting machines to, like our voting machine numbers to the serial numbers on the actual real voting machines that ES&S would do. We like to make sure that they match. This way, if there's an issue, we all know exactly which machine that, we're on the same page as which machine we're talking about. Okay. And basically the rest you see here is just election setup that we'll be doing probably more towards the, in a week or two as the election goes on. And that's basically all I have right now. And the floor swing's just setting up on, we're like putting the numbers down on the floor so we know where the voting machines come back after they go off.
Machine tags, are they printed every year, or they should be permanently on the machines?
Oh, no, we have a,
There's
basically have a little see-through little sheet that we just basically take, we print out index cards, and then we put it on there, and this way we can change it if we have to. So it can change, if we decide to
I was
move.
just wondering why you need to check it if it's permanent.
It's before every election, we check it anyways, even if it's left in there.
Got it.
We
Okay.
leave no chance, no stone unturned.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all I have.
Steve, the poll clerk training,
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, poll clerk trainings that started. That started actually on Monday, and we are working through those as well. I actually have a staff member over there finishing up with, we have our mandatory retrainings that they're doing as well.
is it in the same location?
Yes, it is the student center in the county college. It's room 115 in the student center. And that building was the building that we used to recruit.
Are we still signing up, are poll clerks still able to sign up for classes online
Yeah.
now for this year? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay, Linda?
One more, I'm sorry. And the only thing they're signing is the attendance list, correct?
Correct.
Because I had touched on signing something that said they sat through and understand the value of the book, the poll training book that they went through.
I
Okay,
know that.
I just wanted to
No,
double check.
Commissioner, Deputy Henry is not here, but we were working on changing that, so for poll worker training, they would have to sign that.
Great.
that thing.
And remember, please, the book I had gone through was really, I thought excellent.
Okay.
In terms of being put together, but trainers just need some more clarification. Thank you.
Linda, do you want to do the highlights of your report?
Yeah, I just have a few important things. So we had sent it ES&S, we sent them the data file at the beginning of September for the poll book, the program poll books. And it was discovered that there were signatures potentially not exported to the data file, so we had to do a whole new file a month later. So it's going to delay programming of the poll books. Walter's been working with ES&S to update the Wi-Fi. I think we got, 650 some done out of 1,500. So it's a slow go because you can only turn on 20 to 30 poll books. ES&S has to log in remotely, update the Wi-Fi, shut them down, check them, turn the other ones on. So it's been a really slow process, but he's been working with them. I listed the days for the hearing that you guys are required to be here. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. I just wanted to say congratulations, Commissioner Jallo, on your new appointment, and welcome to the new commissioner. Your staff is here, Mr. Franco. We will always be that. We appreciate everything you've done. We're gonna miss your barbecues.
Ice cream,
Love you.
Nothing, that's okay.
That's all I have.
Do you have a report?
I do. Again, I'll mostly just rely on my written report. I don't have too much to add. Just, again, just some notes. Congratulations to Kathy Goddard, 30 years with the Board of Elections, and Mike Nyers with 10 years with the Board of Elections this year. And again, I'll echo with Linda that congratulations to Commissioner Jallo and Commissioner Schneider, and our best to Commissioner Franco.
I'm sorry, Administrator Lynch, I forgot to hand out. This is the poll worker list that we received. Oh, I didn't get a chance to include anything. I think I have one from Maria, but it's going to be very much copy of this. Those are the lists that we received.
Thank
public comment. And Dan, would you like to?
Oh, no, I'll let that go, I'll go for that.
Pardon?
I'll do it for that, it's okay.
Okay.
It's fine.
Fine.
I'll defer.
5 minutes, state your name and the county.
I know, 5 minutes, okay. My name's Kathy Abadansky, I'm from South Brunswick. I'm actually gonna go easy this time. So, the last time we were here, we were talking about a lot about provisional ballots and, poll worker issues, poll worker mistakes. So I really actually started to think about this myself. And this seems, and provisional ballots, I think we can all agree, this seems to be a major poll worker problem at the polling sites. So I decided so maybe we should switch the conversation. There's just an idea of focusing on reducing the amount of people that are voting by provisional ballots. Because as history has it, and I looked at the last 2 general elections, there are about 95,000 provisional ballots that were cast, and most of them, approximately 80 to 90%, were due to voters being flagged as mail-in ballot recipients. So I think of the time spent presently processing these ballots. Okay. Currently, now you're spending time, and the staff is holding classes to retrain poll workers on the correct procedure. I even know that 6 of my poll workers from Monmouth Junction are going to these classes. And this is taking your staff's time. This is taking, it just takes a lot of time and things that your staff workers could probably be doing. Currently now, I said currently I'm spending time and staff holding classes to retrain to the correct procedure. You do have the correctional record form that everyone talks about, but the numbers indicate that it's not being effective, and poll workers are not really using them for various reasons. I saw the one time that you took a picture of these, the poll worker correction form. Now you're talking about 9,000 ballots, and you're getting a stack like this. Obviously, once again, it's not really being done. It could be for various reasons. The voter doesn't want to, wait, I gotta go. They're upset. I've seen poll workers, because I'm an at-large challenger, and they don't even want to stay. They get mad and they want to leave. They're like, no, no, no. So anyway, I'm suggesting to take a bold move and send a letter to these voters asking them if they, still want to be a mail-in ballot recipient, if they want to be removed. The information, as you know, who voted the last time is in the poll blogs. I'm sure you have the information to identify these people as mail-in ballot recipients. They're coming to the polls, so it's obvious that these people want to vote in person. So what do you got to lose? Less processing, better use of staff, time, and cost. So I was just trying to say that. I thought that might be a good idea. And then on it also, I was thinking about a new poll worker procedure. We were talking about, I talked a lot about reconciliation the last time. And we were talking about how if flood voted, that would be a hard item to reconcile. So I'm saying, if a voter walks out after checking in, the unused ballot and the ATV slip should be identified as a flood voter. This could also be used for provisional ballots too. You see somebody walking out with a ballot, and I have, being an at-large challenger, I actually have seen these people walk out. Maybe there should be a poll worker standing by the door or something like that. If they see this, that they actually could say, no, you can't leave with that, and grab it. It's just another way of securing the elections and making them a little bit more accurate and a little less stressful. So I'd like to come back, but I want to give somebody else a chance because I have more information, but I just want to say that for now. Thank you.
Mark?
No comment, no questions.
And Bill, Lawrence?
I'm fine, thank you.
No comment?
Actually, I do have a question.
Okay.
Mark Devo, Essex County. The gentleman,
What town is it, sir?
Essex County, Bloomfield. The gentleman mentioned the death index review that you did to update the voter registration. That was a one-off process that you did to double check whether you had any registered voters who had passed away. That was over and above your normal process. Is that correct?
Correct.
And could you describe for me
what the normal process should, how it should work, that you should be informed of people who pass away?
Again, as alluded to earlier, usually we receive, and I might ask the staff to help me, we usually receive notices from municipalities in terms of individuals who have passed away, and that's forwarded to our office for removal. We also get notifications from the state as well as the county surrogate's office, so we use multiple tools to remove people from.
But is it I guess my question relates to, is it a formal process that you define how you want to be informed about this, or no, it comes in from various?
No, it's the notice from the clerks is statutorily required, from a health officer, from municipal clerks. And then we've been working with the county surrogate's office, just again, in an interpersonal way in terms of resolving some of the issues.
Okay, no further questions. And you said 275 was the question, approximately?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
The state of New Jersey is in the process of joining ERIC, which is an abbreviation. It's a combination of states which will share election information. And one of the things that ERIC does is they give everybody that's of those states that are a member access to the Social Security death list. And that will be another source of names.
Thank you.
If I could too, Commissioner, what it also does is ERIC allows, if someone were to pass away out of state, their death record wouldn't necessarily come to New Jersey, even if they were a New Jersey resident. And so this program that the Commissioner pointed out also requires them to do that as well.
Charlie? State your name and phone.
Yes, Charlie Cradaville, New Brunswick today. I have a number of questions for you, and first want to address the personnel change. So, just so I can understand, what happened to Mr. Franco? I know he's right behind me, but I didn't see him, but did he leave the board?
Yeah.
So he submitted a resignation?
Yes.
Okay. And by what process was the new member installed? Is that an appointment of the governor?
That is an appointment from the governor, correct?
Okay.
Well, it's the same methodology as any commissioner's appointment, which is the recommendation from the appropriate members of a particular party sent in to the governor's office who signs, who does the appointment based on that.
Right, and he's been sworn in, I assume. Great.
A few minutes before we started the meeting.
Right, okay. Yes, I mean, it's a pretty big change. I know Mr. Frankel served on this board for many, many years, and as long as I know, he had been the Commissioner of Registration. I don't know exactly what that title means. Can somebody tell me what the role is? And of course, congratulations on assuming that role.
Secretary of Registration,
Yeah.
in charge of the office as well as the registrations for Middlesex County as well as the verification of the voting machines and polling locations. So a lot of the paperwork that's submitted to the state will have the Secretary of Registration's name on it in terms of verification of polling locations, machines, as well as registrations.
So as a practical matter, is there additional work, or is it just signing the papers?
It's, I'd say there's additional work, but it's also additional paperwork as well.
Understood. And of course, congratulations to the new member and wish you well. I will just take a moment to say that I know Mr. Frankel and I didn't always agree, and we often disagreed here in public, but I want to just take a moment to thank him for his service. I know he served many, many years on this board, and it's never easy. A lot of the decisions you make are difficult ones that you aren't going to please everybody, and I do want to just take a moment to say thank you and wish you well. I also wanted to follow up on the recent election. Any noteworthy problems or issues with Spotswood, Helmetta?
Everything went very smoothly.
Okay, and has it been certified, the results?
Yes.
Yes, it's over. Okay, well, I think those are all the questions I had. I'll continue to follow up with the staff and appreciate all of you.
Okay. Thank you, Charlie.
Kathy, you okay, Kathy?
Oh, thanks. First of all, I never got invited to your barbecue, but
Staff
but no, thank you for your service too. And I want to say congratulations to the new members also. But, okay, so you, last board meeting, I talked a lot about a reconciliation. So I just want to ask a couple of questions to understand how the information gets to the reports. So, okay, one of my first questions was, when and how is a voter's vote by mail-in ballot recorded in the SBRS? That they voted by mail. When is it actually done? Like, what process?
When it's actually done, so the mail-in ballot would come into the board, it would be processed by the mail-in ballot sorter.
Right.
In which case then the voters, or the batch of voters then would be uploaded to SVRS in terms of a received status.
Okay.
And then in terms of it being, if you want to say a counted status, that won't occur until staff has researched all the provisional ballots.
Right.
And then inputted in that, and so that usually occurs post-election.
So from my understanding, what you're saying, that it's before it actually, the envelope is it taken out of the mailing envelope, it's the secrecy envelope, it's just when it comes in and it's clocked in, that's when it's loaded up to the SBRS, that's when the
Yeah,
SBRS...
it's initially removed from the outer envelope.
Right.
And then put through the mail ballot sorter.
Oh, okay, all right, so, okay, that's good to know, all right, that's that one. When a voter checks in that they are voting by machine, with the ENS system, how and when does this information get into the SBRS that they voted by machine?
Again, we wait until after certification because we have to bring the poll books back to the Board of Elections and then sync them up again just to ensure that all the voters that are on the poll book were received. So either that the poll book was closed correctly, and then also that, again, it was synced at the time of the closing of the poll. So that occurs after the election.
Okay, so I think the reason why I'm asking that is because, like, for example, in an early voting situation, all right, these, poll books, people voted on
The
them.
next day for
Yes.
the first run. Oh, so it's the next day for the first run.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't know you did.
Yeah, again, the next day for the run of the voters who checked in on the machine, and then we do post one when we actually receive it.
Open them up and check the host.
And check, yeah.
So there's two.
I'm sorry.
Two checks. There are two instances, one initially the day after, and then one when we get the poll books back and then do the
Final
second.
upload.
Yeah.
The names
Okay.
put in immediate.
Wait, say that again, I'm sorry, one
So,
time.
can I explain it? So the day after, we wait till the day after, and I run the voter history from the ES&S, which is the voter history coming from the poll books. I upload it to SVRS. But there are some poll books that might not have synced to the host, sent the information to the host, and that's the second run. So there's two uploads. So as soon as we get the poll books back, we open them up, we check them out, the numbers match, means the numbers were sent to the host, the server, and then we upload that vote history.
I think part of this question was that as in early voting and in otherwise, when the person checks in on the e-poll book and it's the record, shouldn't that automatically be at that point included on SVRS?
Early voting is done nightly. Early voting, as
So
soon as the
would be-
polls
what's
close on
every-
early voting, I upload the vote history.
So it's on
And it's reflected on the poll book the next day.
the mere voting on through the e-poll book does not directly connect the information to SVRS?
No, no.
Okay.
I run the vote history from the server, ES&S server, every night during early voting, and I upload to SVRS. Then we send another Delta file, data file to ES&S, and they upload it to the poll book. So the next day, it's telling you who voted. Early voting is every day, with the for election day.
It's a Delta file?
No, it's just still
Oh.
crop cross.
I was going to ask why.
Yeah,
Should I sit down?
No, you still have 2
Oh,
minutes because the
okay,
there's cross.
Okay, all right. All right.
Wait,
I just want to go back to the record of the voting. When I vote on Tuesday, I want to know that my vote, the fact that I voted, that I was there and voted, is recorded. I don't want to wait until Wednesday to find out that I
Is-
voted.
is there
You're telling
anything-
us it's not
is
going
there
in
anything
until
that is-
Well,
the
if you
day
think
after.
about the old paper poll books, we didn't do them until weeks later. We got the paper poll book back, we had to barcode everything. Now you're getting it the next day. You're
I
getting
guess-
who voted the next day.
I guess the issue is whether whether there is an interconnection, or there is or can be an interconnection between the poll books in real time and SVRS for purposes of doing that. The answer is no?
And the
So
difference
you wanna
is,
take that one?
I'm looking for a vote, I'm not saying how I voted, I'm just
Right.
saying my vote, I
About.
wanna know it's
You voted.
recorded. And I think you're saying the same thing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh,
So the vote is, according to all the poll books that are out, 60 poll books, if we have 6 per, then we have 10 sites, 60 poll books. They all have a cloud, they talk to each other. So you can't go to another poll book. It's just, the question that she asked was, when does it go to SVRS?
mhm.
That's a separate system, so Linda's only explaining how she's putting it in, but your vote has already counted.
Right, but there's no automatic connection between the information on the e-poll books and this.
SVRS?
No, they're two
That's all.
separate systems.
That answered my question.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
What, but early voting though, does that not?
Early voting is done every night.
It's different, that's what I'm
Early
saying.
Yeah, it's
So
done every
night, yeah.
why do the poll books speak so comfortably to each other then? I can vote anywhere for early voting.
Because
Why are you saying I can?
they're
only-
set up to
And we discussed
interconnect with
this.
the other early voting machines, but not with SVRS. They need to be set up with the other early voting machines, so people can go in and vote
I
10
can't go to
times,
any
one
city
in each of the
court
10
to do so.
locations.
And Madam Commissioner, that's one of the reasons why the early voting locations have to be in a place with connectivity to the county system, so that they can speak to each other in a secure fashion. There would be too many polling sites on election day for that to happen.
So what is this cloud?
I'm sorry, Kathy still has two.
So what is this cloud? Is it an EMS cloud? What's the cloud? You say everything's uploaded to the cloud, which I understand before
This
it
is
goes
the
to
host,
SVRS.
this is the website.
Uploaded to
What
SVRS.
website? What
Walter,
website?
am I saying that right?
What
It's
website?
just to the host, I mean, you know, the
Oh,
server
the server.
who respond back to us.
The server to the SVRS, is that what you're saying?
No,
Okay.
the server of the company that convert the data, you know, into a
Who
language
is
that
that?
whole book can work.
Who is
It's
it?
called ESNS.
Oh, that's what I said.
Okay, I upload the information to
I got it.
the host.
No, that's fine.
And they
That
send it
makes
back,
sense. I
and
got
we
it.
upload it to the poll book.
No, that's all, I just wanted to know the name of the cloud, that's all. Okay, all right, so, okay. And the same thing's probably for the provisionals, the same type of thing. Who has ever, oh, actually, no. Okay, so when a voter checks in that they are voting by provisional, Alan, when does that information go?
And that's not until, again, staff does the research, because again, you have to do all the research and then reject voters for
Right.
provisional ballots before you accept everyone else. So that's, again, until,
And then we have to wait for the 6 days to mail in ballots, so
Right,
6
I
days
got it.
before we start
Okay.
provisional.
so it's
But
closer
just-
to certification.
Okay, but when you have to download the early voting information into the election poll books, the information isn't, how do you do that? It's in a cloud, and then you say that the early voting information is separate than the election day information. At the end of early voting, all the information goes up to
Who voted?
who voted,
Yes.
right?
Every
Some-
day.
Every day.
Every evening.
Right,
Every night.
right, okay, and, okay, it's
So by
fine,
the end
and,
of early voting, it's all already been uploaded.
all right, okay, and nothing's, none of those people, even if they voted on the machine, I think commissioners have. All right. Well, I have more questions.
I got you. Sorry.
I do have a
Okay,
Okay, go ahead,
related,
Don.
just a related comment to that, because we were talking about the correct, the suggestion was, try to get the people that are voting, that vote with mail ballots and not voting and coming and voting provisional to do that. The correction of record form now provides that as an option.
I know.
Are we training our poll clerks, emphasizing that, that's on there?
Yes.
Thank you.
but it's just,
Can I follow up on some of Kathy's questions?
yeah.
Yes, you can come back
All
for
right.
3 minutes.
All right, so, what's going on?
Yeah, Mark, So, but just to follow up on Kathy's question, so the poll books talk to one another, but not to SVRS. You upload the data to SVRS separately after you gather it from the poll books. And then does any data from, is there any data that's loaded back from SVRS into the poll books, or no, that's completely separate?
So, we say that again.
is there data that makes its way back from SVRS into the poll book? For example,
From SVRS?
like mail-in ballots, right, that you would have processed them separately because they're not in the poll book, and then you would have uploaded them to SVRS presumably, right, as you said. You received the ballot, you counted it, uploaded it, and then, but in order to make sure that the provisional people that check in during election day, that mail-in ballot data would have had to have made its way into the poll book, right? And that means it has to come
Into
somewhere.
SVRS. It's SVRS, not into the poll book.
Yeah, but when I check in on election day,
Oh, yes.
then I need, and you check to make sure I haven't voted by mail already. You need to be able to see, oh, well, you got an application, you have to vote provisionally, or no, you didn't, you're fine to vote as a normal person. How does that mail-in data get back into the poll book?
Well, that's loaded pre-election in terms of election file, and then on election day, it gets a package of, again, updates in terms of the, again, mail-in ballot status.
There would be a, but that's gotta come from, that's not gonna come from SVRS, that's gonna come from the vendor, right?
It's going to come from SVRS through the vendor to the poll book.
Okay. All right, so it's gotta come, in order to get back into the poll book, it's gotta come from the vendor, because it's not gonna come straight from SVRS.
Correct.
Thank you, Ray. Oh, all right. So, the,
I was asking this, I was gonna start there.
so the USB sticks that are brought back from, by a board of elections worker and uploaded, so they're uploaded to the EMS, right? The USB sticks, the early voting USB sticks that are brought back by the board workers at the end of the day. Are there USB sticks for early voting as well?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and they're brought to you and you upload them into the election
They're
management
brought
system?
back to the board at the end of early voting, and then they're held to election day, and then they're read on election day.
Okay.
This one, where that,
The election day USB sticks are brought back to the municipal town clerk's office. When and where are those results uploaded?
The USB sticks from the municipalities go to each of the municipal clerks in Middlesex County, and they are then, the results are transmitted from a PC, again, an ES&S designated PC, secure PC, on a T1 line to the board and then to the clerk. The sticks are then transported to the Board of Elections on election day, and again, we reread those sticks the day after the election for written ballots, and then also for the work the clerk does in terms of the tapes as well as the ballots cast.
Thank you.
Can I go one more time and then go?
No, you're done. You're finished.
I can't go anymore.
You're done.
You're not in charge anymore.
You're done.
Before Dan starts, I'd just like to thank him for all the years that he was here, right next to me. And at one time, we lived in the same neighborhood in Edison. And his dad was a councilman in town.
Gonna make me,
Dan, I'm gonna miss you.
gonna miss you too. I'm gonna miss everybody here. You know, I was gonna prepare this speech, but that doesn't do anything. First of all, Commissioner Jala, congratulations. Little advice.
Good luck.
Huh?
Wish him good luck.
I wish he was gonna be a lot of good luck, but I must tell you, the staff that's here, it's, and you know this, and all the commissioners know this, and Commissioner Schneider, congratulations to you too, and you will see this. They work their butts off, and we always say we appreciate it, but we really appreciate what they do. And I personally, I've been here almost, can't believe I'm saying this, 3 decades, and it's bittersweet, but you people have done everything. You've always stepped up, from the people who have been here to the new people who have been here. I thank you very much. I know the commissioners thank you very much. I mean, you should be, first of all, you should be applauded for everything that happens. The residents see that come up here all the time. They know that you're working your butts off. You're here to do a job. You do it well. You know, and I think they understand that and realize that a lot more. So from the bottom of my heart, I really thank all of you very much. from reflection, you know, I came here, and I guess Sylvia may know this, and Don may know this, but one of the commissioners we were kiddingly known as, Kathy may know this actually, was Bob, and Dan.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how the commissioner,
It was
that's
a
how I
song. Brad made a song, remember?
Right, made a song, Bob, and Dan, right, that's what he did.
Yeah.
It's very funny, but it's, I have to also thank them, who taught me an awful lot about this job, what they do, how to do it, how to conduct yourself. I only ask with everything that's being done on a national level, I don't see us doing that at all on our level, although you two have to be separated, and Sylvia says. But no, you're fine, you guys are like, you're almost married or something. But we've conducted ourselves in a I can't even explain, just a professional way. And I know Commissioner Schneider will also do that, and it's just something that we need to do, we must do. We are problem solvers. We're also here to work with the public, and the public, I think, to get a better understanding of what we're doing, well, how we do it, and yes, we sometimes butt heads with some of our people and our citizens, but I don't think we're butting heads for the wrong reasons. I think we're butting heads for the right reasons. Communication needs to stay open. I think we always have to do that amongst our citizens, amongst our staff, everything that's involved. The commissioners were always available. I think these commissioners are always available. It's nice to see new people that are on board. It's nice to see that the board will continue and do the work. I can't give enough thanks to the management that's here, from Tom Lynch, Maria, Linda, Kathy, Sharonda. You guys were always there for me, always when I needed you, always got questions answered, always at a quick time frame, quick turnarounds. Just afford that also to all the commissioners that are here. Make sure that we do that, because this board, it only works when everybody works together. And we've done that, and I say that respectfully, that we should continue doing that. And it's good to have agreement, it's good to have disagreement, it's good to have discourse, it's good to have talk, it's good to have everything that we do. But I just, I can't even imagine how long this time, how quickly this time has gone. And it's as Sylvia said, I've known Sylvia from family to family. I've known Sylvia a very long time. And as much as we conduct ourselves, you know, forget the party for the moment, forget the Democrat, forget Republican. We conduct ourselves as people that we want to get the job done. And that's what we've done, always done on this board. And I'm sure the board will continue to be doing that. And any questions that you have to get answered, you get to the commissioners, you get to Administrator Lynch. This board will continue. This board will do a great job. All of you as employees, I appreciate you coming in and sitting here, because I know Tom is probably upset at me that the staff has come in here and not working, but I do appreciate you guys coming in, so thank you very much. And on that note, I'm sure my 5 minutes is going to be off, so I'm done. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, now we have to go into executive session, but we will come back here.
I think you need to make a motion or something.
Yeah, we
So
need a
moved.
motion.
Second.
I did.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Katz? Commissioner Katz?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin?
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder?
Yes. Second.
Chairman Engel?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Aye.
Commissioner Katz?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin? Yes. Commissioner Snyder?
Yes.
Now we're going to motion to adjourn. No problem.
Seconded. You're making a motion or asking for it?
I'm asking for
I will
it.
make the motion.
Then I'll second.
All right.
Second?
I'll second.
There's a comment from the audience.
Yes, to adjourn.
We had all the
Chairman
comments.
Engel?
All the comments are
Commissioner
done?
Jones?
Aye.
Commissioner Katz?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin? Commissioner Snyder?
Yes.